Hey gang, howdy ho, it's Stardate, it's September 6th by now, Captain's Log. It's like 7:07-ish. Call Lake it's not really dropping the way I'd like it to. So far as of 6, the dam has not released. Ooh, is that Funglass? Yeah, that looks awful Funglassy. Sorry. God forgive me, we got at least, there's 2 cars and there's 3 figures I see prowling the river. Shoot. I'm gonna have to probably try to get to that little spillway then. Dadgummit. Hopefully they're friends versus foes or strangers anyway. Okay. Otherwise, it's, about shin deep. Actually, it's hitting to my knees, so muck boots would not have been a good choice here. Sorry, I'm trying not to get people, but okay. You can see a little bit of the bottom. Cod Dan released yesterday at 10 a.m., so I'm desperately hoping they stick to a similar schedule. But as always, I will have to continue to keep an eye on the river cascade. I don't like I've got so much competition so early, but I don't think the old bridge, yeah, that would have been a little bit more treacherous, and I don't know. I may drive over it, seeing. Oh wow, it's a little tiny dotted. Oh, how pretty. So, shout out, we got 169 subscribers. Woohoo! So, thank you to the recents who have joined. And I'll just cover 165, 166, 167, 168, and 169. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe. It's free. Hit the bell icon so you're notified. And then check and make sure you're not randomly unsubscribed. If that happens, just rejoin. And then like, comment, and share. Otherwise, even if we don't find anything, I do like seeing all this. And we might see some eagles, hopefully. Still got a lot of leaves. Some, but not many, have started the yellowing. So I guess we'll watch this, and I'll go ahead and shut this off and snap this picture. It's pretty. Whew. It's now 7:12. We've trudged through the gauntlet, and we've arrived at our first point of interest. Now, I said I don't know if these 3 people know each other, or if all 3 of them are just random strangers, or if 2 know each other and then the 3rd is a stranger. I don't know. I'm just right now more focusing on the rocks, because just because there's 3 people out there don't mean that they could be total novices too. We got geese incoming. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm a little winded, but that's okay. I get my bearings. Okay, one's on the right side, one's in the middle. Alright, I'll just kind of hug the shoreline, I guess. Alrighty, well. Oh, looky there. Ooh. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Kind of bummed. I got a whole bagel dog. You see, I didn't have any. I had all my jackets and hoodies and whatnot in the car, and I grabbed a brand spanking clean jacket this morning because it was just so doggone cold, and I didn't have enough snap to, you know, bring one into the house for this morning. So, you know, got the bagel dog. I parked here and I'd seen 2 vehicles already. I was like, ugh. So I'd hurriedly, you know, swap shoes. Swap some shoes out. What is that? That looks kind of pointy too. Yeah, it's drab, but it's flat. Okay. Got 2 flakies right off the bat. So, as I'm suiting up for the river, I took hoodie 1 that had the bagel dog in it, and I swapped out the dirtier, you know, hoodie that I'm wearing right now because, ooh, look at that. Oh my God, guys, you just overlooked all kinds of stuff. God bless. Okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of focus a little here while they're milling about in the middle. I know that may backfire and they may stumble on that cat food, dang it. But so yeah, in conclusion, I took the old hoodie that didn't have the bagel dog, and the bagel dog is sitting in my cleaner hoodie that's in my car. So I guess it's not going to be broiling hot. I'll have something to eat when I get back to the car, I guess. Plus, I do have some pistachios and my beloved pink Starburst, so it's not like I'm going to be famished and, you know, hypoglycemic out of here, you know. Okay. I need to quit squirreling. See some more geese. Ooh, that's pretty too. Let me stop this and take some pictures, yeah. Oh, look at there, Sean. There's a half of a mason jar lid. It's not a whole one. I think I've got at least 3 whole lids, if not more. I'd have to round them all up and take tally, so. Okay, so that other person's drifted more in the middle, so good. I mean, I can just skirt past them, but God bless, I don't want to, I fear, God, I don't want to overlook this either. Look at all that. And we found like, what, 3 flakies already off the bat? Now, kind of makes me wonder. I think they might be more experienced hunters than if the flakies didn't get picked up, but I don't know. They may be scrap metalers and not even looking at rocks. I know that's naive and stupid, but it is what it is. I think they're kind of starting to wonder if they're more experienced rock hounds, though. Kind of suspect so, but alright. Holy moly. Okay, I think those are 2 guys to my left, and I don't know what the 3rd person is. I can't even see them, but look at this. Ooh. Yeah, either, I'm kind of thinking they're experienced walkers. Flakies just do not interest them, and they're not going to bother with them, but I don't know. I have to ask. I'll go ahead and shut the camera off, kind of. My usual strategy is I'll kind of holler a polite good morning. You know, sometimes they won't acknowledge me, and if not, I'll just push past them. But a lot of times they'll acknowledge back. Hello, what is that? Oh, okay, that's not an Amelie, that's modern. So if they acknowledge morning, or, you know, then I can go over and kind of casually, you know, converse with them. And a lot of times they'll tell me, you know, yeah, I do the same, or I'm scrapping, meddling, or whatever it is that they're doing, and kind of, you know, banter, and, you know, and go from there. So, anyhow, let me go ahead and shut this off because, yeah, they're pretty close, so, and I'm keeping the camera pointed down to kind of protect their privacy as well, so, I'm going to shut her off, see what we got going on here. We've got some eagles flying off in the distance, and 2 of the walkers happen to be buddies of mine, so that's cool. They're just a heck of a lot more experienced than me, though. Eek! Oh. An old insulator cap. Not the whole thing, though, sadly. Alright, so we're still slowly cruising the byways. Two of the gentlemen were river buddies of mine, so that's cool. They are way more expert and experienced. So I kind of told them my strategy and intentions, so... oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Huh! A whole insulator. How about that? Not very often we find those, so that's a find. Thank you, Jesus. 738. I did stumble across this real... ooh, oh, that's kind of a... oh, hold on. Ugh, sorry, guys. Those are pretty clouds, too. That's real pretty. Okay. Anywho, we got... I don't know. That's some kind of... I don't... it's pretty, though. Let's say that. So... oh, hold on, I see some... that's either... I think that's a crow and a heron up in the tree over yonder. Let's see if I can at least zoom in on it. Yeah. The blob on the left is a crow. He sounded off. I have to get a little closer and see the one on the right. Kind of thinking it's a heron, but that could be a whole eagle. Huh. Alright. I know he doesn't look like much, but he sounded off. And that was a whole osprey. Let me pause. Yeah, I think that's a heron. Okay. Oh, hold on. Something big and flappy incoming. What is that? Wait a second. I don't see leggies. Huh. Osprey or eagle, one of the two. Alright, good deal. Alright, that's about 7:46 or so. Oh, yeah, that was a heron that's flying off the tree. I'm still trying to figure out if that is a osprey or a bald eagle over there on that porch, Jesus. Okay. Otherwise, oh my God, we have a walker even way over yonder? OMG, are you kidding me? Where did he or she come from? Yeah, no joke. There is a walker over there on, not that sandbar. You gotta cross the stream and get over there, so... the actual junk, man. Were they just camping in the woods and came down? Because there was only 2 other vehicles. 2 of those walkers that were ultimately off to my left were my buddies. You know, they were Joe and Doug. The third guy, they said they did not know who he was. So now we have a whole 4th person. I don't know. He may have come from the old power plant and walked up north, but I gotta... and I'm keeping my eye open because we could still stumble across something yet in these little boneyards and trenches, but I am kind of... I mean, yeah, it's kind of sucked to be off the river for so many months, but you know, silver lining purposes and all, it definitely knocked down... I mean, we still got a few random saplings, don't get me wrong, but it knocked down so much overgrowth, because otherwise, yeah, this would not even be accessible. So, I haven't really kicked up any other flakies or anything like that. Yeah, I probably need to go ahead and shuffle on down and get to that spillway while we can. Again, I'm desperately hoping they hold off till at least 9, even better 10. But even if they start releasing at 8, I'm going to kick around the spillway and then work my way back and, you know, warn the fellas, of course. So, alrighty, well, I guess we'll go ahead and kick this off. Yeah, there's a whole person down there, so. Got 4 walkers, but you know, the river's been acting up so long, we needed this. So, I mean, I'm not really shocked to see it. First opportunity, you bet. I'm hitting it, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I think I see the third person. Barely, though. Alright. I saw another broken one earlier. I just didn't have my camera out, and I said it wouldn't hold jar, so I didn't really think that was noteworthy to include. Okay, it's 7:55. Oh my goodness, I see a whole white egret. You see, it's too big to be a cattle egret, I think. So I think that's just a great white egret. I do see a heron down there. I don't see very much overgrowth on the little island, so that's cool. Okay, so we might find some stuff. I'm going to take advantage of it while we're here. Otherwise, I do see my buddies. I can't see if the third person's there, if he gave up the ghost, so you know what? Turn around. It doesn't look like too deep, so. Alright. Yeehaw and yahoo. That's fun. Okay. Well, I mean, wander's a little murkier than I care for, but you know, there's not really much overgrowth. I like this, and promise is certainly here. Could use a lot more exposed ground, but we can at least see. We've got some shallow hunting. Definitely have to rely on them tinks popping out, for sure. Alright, well, let's get up here. I found some pretty neat Funglass pieces here. Custard glass, piece of uranium measuring cup. It's also kind of pull, and we didn't get to visit the last trip, so that's in conclusion. I think we went here. Again, making sure there's nothing of interest here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of pretty gravel, so. And I have found stuff here too. Oh, hello, what is that? I don't want to get my bag in the water necessarily, but yeah, I think that's just a pond jar, and we know those don't glow. I do have a lot of pretty rocks, I guess. Okay, we've got a heron flying off in the distance, okay. And our mysterious eagle did fly off, so I couldn't even tell what he was, sadly, but we at least saw one in the distance, so that totally counts in my world, dang it. Alright, well, I guess I'll go ahead and shut this off. Again, I have found some interesting stuff here in this area, for sure. Plus, I think I might need to get my pistachios out. A little peckish, I think. I see the design. That's a modern plate. Alright, folks, look at this. I do believe that is Funglassy. Now, let me get my bearings because I think I saw something else suspiciously too. It's a little too soon to check River Cast app. That's a Coke bottle. There. No. Oh, okay, that's Coke glass as well. Dang it. But this definitely is not. And yes, I am munching on some pistachios, but don't judge me. I'm putting the shells in my bag. Yeah. Not littering. Anywho, okay, well, we are here. I think I'm gonna scamper around all this exposed gravel. If the dam cooperates, I'll go ahead and see what all that has to offer. And then I think we'll probably slowly, wrap up. Well, not wrap up, but, work way back to the bridge and the other spillway, maybe. And I am relieved. Yeah, I see a little egret down there. But otherwise, oh, looky here. Look there, Sean, there is a whole mason jar lid. How about that? All right. Oh, I guess the guys at the water treatment plant are working hard this morning. I have a friend of mine that works there. Hopefully he has a day off and him and his wife and pups can get down there and walk the river themselves. Here's hoping. Alright, let's shut her off. I don't see anything else glowy, but we could find something flinty still yet. So, we got the sun coming out, so thank you, Jesus, because that'll help us shine them flakes up for sure. Alright, let me go ahead and stuff my face some more. Yeah, I don't want to film and smack, and that's rude and stuff, yeah. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to blind you guys. Alright, it's 8:08. We found this little, I think that's jadeite. Well, that's the trick. This may glow and this may not. I've found so many pieces of jadeite that did not glow, and there's quite a bit of it that does, so it's going to be truly a 50-50 gamble. I'm kind of feeling like not, but I have been surprised before. Now, our second point of interest is this here tooth. That's definitely a whole tooth. Well, no, it did get broke. You can tell that is a bison tooth because cow teeth do not have that little shooter root thingy. Ooh, hold on, that's flint. Ooh, hold on. Huh, but that's flint for sure. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I left my bag there. I still see the white egret and the great blue heron. Okay, well, if I see anything else, I guess let me get my bag. Oh, yeah, there is something else there too. What's that? What, Chippy? Dadgummit. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and be safe and put these in the bag and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get a timestamp, and I probably need to, if it would be time to check Rivercast coming up soon, I'm sure. So, I found this pink hunk. This might fire up yellow cadmium, and this, I'm hoping, this may be not, and it may be, so I'm just grabbing it. You know the score. Look at this, though. I know, it's just flaky, but ain't it pretty? See the delicate striping right there. Oh. That's kind of a bigger flaky. Okay. Well, thank you, Jesus. You're not letting us be empty-handed, at least, and I'm always appreciative of that. So let's face it, we could get totally skunked, and we haven't. So I bet you we got at least 2 glowers. Now, I haven't found any artifacts yet, but, you know, it is still young. Alright. What's that? I don't think so. Alright, let me shut this off. I need to get time bearings for sure. Okay, it's 8:19, so it's not quite time to check in with the river cast app, but it will be soon. However, you know, and I did find some various little, you know, flakies, maybe glass, enamel. Check this out. It's probably like a little perfume bottle. And I'll just leave it there, you know. Not anything spectacular or remarkable about it, you know. It might be, but it's just, yeah, I'm really not going to bother. Ooh, hello, what is that? It's a hunk of flint. Okay. Otherwise, we're still just plodding along. Ooh, hold on, that might be made of glass too. Wishful thinking, sure, but maybe not. Alright, folks. Guess we'll shut this off and see what else I can find shimmering or glowy green or possibly glowy. Okay, now what is this? Yeah, that's flinty. Thought for a minute there was something more modern or ceramic until I saw the striping. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Alrighty. It's not quite time to check in with the Rivercast app, so I guess we'll shut this off. Oh. Okay. I don't know this. I'll take it. It may not blow. Alright, what else you got? Start to warm up a little. So, I did not cave. I did not kick my heater on last night, but by golly, it was 54 this morning. I definitely had to throw a bathrobe in, or throw a bathrobe on. Who broke down and turned their heaters on last night in K County area? Okay, now. There's some curious enamel right there. Yes, sir. That's enamel. Woo. Almost took myself out with the bag. Alright. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Next. 8:24, and I'll probably check Rivercast after this little clip. Oh, what an interesting looking little hunk. It's pretty. I can't wait to see what that cleans up to. Alright. What else we got? Still got this stretch. Alright, let me see what the dam is doing and what the fate of our adventure trip is. Stand by. Alright, it's about 8:26. Unfortunately, Caw Dam hates me and doesn't want me to be happy. So I found a few other little curiosities. So, regrettably, I'm going to have to slowly... Ooh. Just a second. Hold the phone. Oh, okay. I just think it's a flake that was curiously... Okay, that's not an artifact. Dang it. Okay, though. Well, I said to be expected because Call Lake is... I hear bald eagles. Where is he? Oh, I see him. Oh, I couldn't get it zoomed out, but that was... Oh, hold on. See something else soaring. I hear him. There he is, dang it. Okay. I don't think we're going to get any other eagles, so I guess let's go ahead and quickly find what we can and slowly head back to the shore, I guess. We really got no choice. You suck, Caudam. You couldn't have held off till 9? Grr. Sorry. I suck. In conclusion, I suck too, so sorry about that, guys. At least I'll apologize. Alright, well, we got to see some eagles, and we got to find some flakies, and I think we got a few glowers, God willing, so you know what? Can't complain. And we still managed to get out, so I'm going to appreciate that fact alone. Alright, gang, let's go ahead and check and see if we can find anything else on our retreat in. I'll have to warn the fellas, too. I don't think they've got river cast out. Oh, hello. Ah, a little fishing lure. Didn't have the hooks either. How cute. I might take them, yeah. Okay, guys. I'll shut her off. Until next curiosity, anyways. Like I said, I'm sure I'm not overlooking any. Oh, there's a heron over there. Oh, look at this relic from the past. There's a whole... Wait. B-type? For the beta? Huh. Wow, hang on. Guys? I think this is a really unique relic. Betamax? Holy moly. I'm not believing this. Okay. I think I see a little eagle blob there. If we go over here. Sorry, I think there might be another one there. I can't tell if that's an eagle or leaves. So I think that might be, so we got 2 eagles. Okay. We did hear them chittering earlier, so that makes sense. Alrighty. Otherwise, as you can see, we are slowly retreating. I do see some other different people. They're giving a heads up. Rivers or dam began. Okay, it's 8:42. I don't know what this is. I mean, it's obviously bone of some kind. Hang on. Feels kind of organic. Alright. Cool. Alright, so we've got definitely an eagle blob. I think there is a second one in the tree down yonder. Oh, that is an eagle. He took off. There he is. Where's she flying? Okay. Well, shrinking back out. Found another little flint shard. I'm not quite sure. That might have been like toyed into some sort of a little thumb scraper. I'm definitely curious, and I don't think that's natural, but we'll see. Alright, otherwise we are slowly retreating in. I don't know if my buddies made it this far. So I'm just kind of methodically plodding along here. I've got some various chores and stuff to do later today. I definitely need to get a money order, which rent day will be tomorrow. Alright, well, I'll shut this off, kind of conserve my memory and stuff. Oh, I'm not seeing the guys at all. They take off? Sorry guys, there's an a hawk or an eagle there. And something just landed up there. I think that might be more of an osprey. I don't see the white head. Looky here. What somebody found all kinds of stuff. Wow. I think that was Joe and Doug. Alrighty. We're still just plodding along. We might still stumble across something interesting yet. Although we did have two pretty experienced hunters, and there's two ahead of me, so no telling where they, I didn't see any bicycles, just the two vehicles, which was my two friends, and then the third cat that disappeared off towards the waterfall. So I figure, okay, and the bird flew out of the tree, dang it. I think that was either an immature eagle or probably an osprey. Okay, let's go ahead and shut this off. See if we can stumble across anything else. Yeah, it's a nope. Anything else promising today? Hold on, we got a flappy bird. I think that's a vulture. Yeah, that's a vulture. Okay. So, it is 9:01, but we're not close to the send-off just yet. Otherwise, it looks like it is filling up just a little bit, but even though I have my waders, we'll be able to get to escape safely. I guess everybody else wrapped up. Like I said, there's a party, pushing off towards the carbon black gravel bars, and hopefully they got appropriate escape outlets close by too, because yeah, it's only going to get fuller from here. I did tell there was a kid walking. I did give him the heads up, because he said he was meeting the two people. I just told him, I was like, oh wow, I don't see one. But I did tell him about the changes at 8, so I'll hopefully be able to govern himself with that knowledge too. Guess we'll go ahead and kick around and see if there's any other last minute discoveries and all. Okay, it's 9:21. I do see a new walker. I have to give them the heads up that it's filling up, bud. In the meantime, I am leisurely kicking over these gravel fields just to see if there's anything that may have been there that I didn't get to earlier when I first arrived. So, not quite ready for the send-off yet. I just want to see if I can try to intercept this guy and give him a heads up. Safety first. Okay, it's 9:28. There's a real nice kid, tall kid. So, nice kid. I did give him the heads up that, yeah, it's rising, so please be careful. But otherwise, look at this. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I'm going to take a picture of that. That's a pretty little flake. Color and the striping are just so soothing to me. Alright, well, we're still kicking around. Let's see what else we can find interesting, because I was in a hurry this morning to get past whoever it was. Yeah, there's that other conch jar. That's just a piece. Okay. Did I not? I wish I'd scuffed up more so I could tell where I'd been before. Okay, well, I should go ahead and work away. Yeah, not quite ready for the send-off yet, so stand by. Alright, it's 9:39 or so. Found a few other little maybe glass, hagstones, and chippies. I'm kind of bummed we didn't find any artifacts, but you know what, we had a lot of competition this morning, so. Plus, with the Caw Dam starting its nonsense at 8 versus 9 or 10, that kind of cut us down short too, so sadly. Well, I am happy we have found, I know we've got to have got at least a couple glowers. And we've got some interesting chippies, so, you know, that's actually a bonus. Looks like there's a family. I see 2 adults, kids, and maybe even 2 dogs. Huh. I wonder if it's anyone I know. Oh well. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. If I find something else, I'll include it at the end. Otherwise, all 169 of y'all, I'm so happy I was able to give you a legit river mudlarking adventure today. Stay tuned. God willing, I'll hopefully get at it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll come here or go back to the old bridge. And again, everything is contingent on what the lake and ultimately Claw Dam is going to do. So, in conclusion, I appreciate your time and support. Y'all are epic and rock. I dig all y'all truly. Till next time, post, walk, short, video, combination of all. Y'all take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and be good to yourself first and foremost. This is Cat, and I'm fixing to sign off and stuff. Laters. Alright, it's 9:49. I keep finding all these last minute flakies and stuff. However, that's sus. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Little chips broke, but that was a little artifact. Alright, thank you, Jesus. Last minute find, see? Oh, okay. Hang on. Alright, just a quick look. So you see the break at the end there. Got a nice bevel. There's no breaks at the end. It's all beveled and worked. Where's the signs? There's that sign. There's that sign. Pretty cool. Thanks, Jesus. Alright, it's 10:13. We got a couple other last minute finds. A flaky, and hopefully these are glowers. I've had pieces that look like this that do and don't glow. So, here's hoping.